Hello everyone, this is Jerby, your certified aromatherapist, graduate of New York Institute of Aromatic Studies, and for today's episode of Live Well with aromatherapist Jerby Go, we will be having this very innovative entrepreneur, the lady boss of La Maison B, Miss Pearl C. Hello, hi Pearl!
Hi, Jerby! Oh my gosh, feeling ko it's been forever.
It is. It's been forever.
Diba?
Kamusta?
Kailan tayo huling nakita?
Long time ago.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Oo nga. I'm very much excited to introduce you to our listeners kasi I've seen your business grow for the past two years, no? Parang 2019, right? It's fairly new, but it's very yung growth niya.
Fairly new.
Yeah, but the growth is really impressive. So before anything else, please introduce naman yourself to our audience. Parang give us a background of your career path, where you started and how you ended up to this kind of business.
Sure. So my name is Pearl. I started actually in the corporate world. I actually am still part of the corporate world. So I have a full-time career still in communications and marketing for a BPO company. And then also I have this business on the side. So I run it simultaneously with my career, which is a bit of a juggling act, I must say.
Oo nga, pero so na you started actually from soap and candles. Eventually, parang naging empire na siya ng anything about home.
Oh, wow. Grabe yung empire. No, yes. Actually, so our brand is called La Maison B. So it's in French. So it actually means House of B, which is my married name. So it's Bustamante. So naisip ko when we got married, why don't I start because I was kind of bored and I needed a creative outlet. So sabi ko, why don't I start a brand that actually supports autism awareness. So I'm not sure if you know, Jerby, but my son has autism. He was diagnosed when he was 3, close to 3 years old, and we've been in therapy ever since. And it's amazing how much he has grown through therapy and intervention and all the support that we have. So when syempre, throughout the years, I've been looking for more ways to support that community. And napansin ko, ang tagal na pero wala pa rin talagang, I don't see any brands supporting that kind of advocacy. So sabi ko, why don't I try to start that brand? Given that I have this experience naman in communications and marketing, I think I can do it. So finally, nagkalakas ng loob to actually start it.
Oo nga. And is it because of a hobby or is it because meron ka lang brilliant idea or parang is it your passion to beautify your home?
Yes, kasi I think it comes with the territory since getting married. So medyo in home improvement mode, and I've always enjoyed doing things DIY. So syempre before I got married, I also had my own home. So sobrang na-enjoy ko talaga yung DIY, making prettifying things. So I started with, so inisip ko, where do I start? I started with candles. Kasi natuwa ako dun sa mga, so I always buy candles because I like getting massages, tapos may scents, ganyan. So mga tita moments. So part siya talaga ng self-care routine ko, yung me time ko. So sabi ko, why don't I come up with candles na medyo mas naturally friendly, mas sustainable. Kasi the candles that you can get usually in the malls, they're made with paraffin waxes. So sabi ko, why don't I start something that's made of soy? Para biodegradable siya, tapos it's not, kumbaga it's better for your health, it's better for nature too. So yun, dun kami nag-start. We started with candles and then it grew into home scents, mga home fragrances, mga diffusers, ganyan. And then now we have all these other lines. Kasi when initially talaga, when we started the brand, we weren't product focused, I would say. We were lifestyle focused. So it was aligned kasi with the kind of lifestyle that we want to share. Kumbaga, it's named after our home, kumbaga. So we just wanted to share the values of our family, ganyan. Kung we would just wanted to share how we live, ganon, the things that we hold important. So yun. So really, it's based on what kumbaga yung mga things that we already do as a family. So yun, we design products around those activities, and then yun, we share them with our market, with our customers.
Oo nga, ang galing. Kasi when I look at your Instagram, I feel that it's very warm. Yung parang when I look at it, when I browse through it, parang ang sarap bilhin lahat. Kasi, I mean, and I also noticed na parang you quickly adapt to whatever holiday. Like nung February, nung Valentine's, nakita ko may mga flowers na kayo. Tapos ngayon may mga succulents. Tapos nung holiday, meron kayong mga yung grazing tables ba yung tawag doon? Yung parang may mga trees and di ba? So parang ang galing. Kaya nga, parang lahat ng sarap bilhin. But,
yun, kasi we weren't, like from the very beginning, it was very clear that we weren't gonna be focused on a certain product or a certain category. So we're not gonna be a category-based business. So it's a brand that's really gonna revolve around living well, sharing kindness, ganyan. So yun talaga yung focus ng brand. So actually, 20% of our proceeds, from the start lang, we already pledged it to support our autism awareness and inclusion efforts with in partnership with organizations like Autism Society Philippines, or yung mga SPED schools or SPED teachers, mga ganon. Anything that raises awareness around autism and other special needs.
Oo nga, ang galing. Kasi, comparing to the other guests in my podcast so far for this season, kasi this season, I would like to focus about people's passions and how they pursue it and eventually profit from it. Ikaw kasi, like, as compared to the other guests, previous guests, they all were from the corporate world, tapos nag-resign, tapos eventually fall into their current business. Ikaw, you're doing it side by side. Diba? Kasi you're still with your company, tapos ito yung parang side hustle mo, which is doing really, really great.
So, parang juggler.
Pero okay nga yun.
No,
kasi,
because parang, actually, a lot of people ask me na parang, so when ka mag-resign? Or parang, ba't nag-work ka pa? Yung, you get questions like that. So you can focus on your business, but why don't you resign na lang? And my answer really is, I actually enjoy what I do at work. So it's a different kind of flex kasi on your marketing skills, diba? It's a different kind of experience and exposure. But this is something talaga that my business, my brand is really more of a passion project. Then, syempre, of course, you have to earn because it's a business. And syempre, para ma-sustain mo rin the projects and the advocacy, which is the most important part of it. So we want to make sure that we keep it alive so we can help more people.
Oo nga, tsaka nakakamiss din yung corporate world kasi yung benefits, yung Christmas basket.
Yes. And there's kasi that kumaga everything naman that I know now, I really gained from that experience, diba? Kasi iba yung discipline when you're in the corporate world, ibang klaseng level of showing up and readiness yung kailangan. Mahahasa ka talaga in terms of your skills, when it comes to dealing with people, dealing with managing up, managing down, leadership skills, diba?
Correct. And actually, before this conversation with Pearl, galing lang siya sa corporate meeting niya. Ganun siya ka-busy.
Kakatapos ko lang.
Oo.
So,
actually, right before this call, we just finished a vision setting workshop that I ran with my team.
Mm-hmm.
So, ang exciting lang because it's 2021 and we were talking about how to, have a clear vision of what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in this time na everything's unsure. And the one thing that you have control over is how you're gonna see things, diba?
Correct.
So, yun.
And in relation to that, I was wondering, Pearl, how did the pandemic, yung 2020, affect your business?
Oh, actually, from when it hit, talagang, so the business is mostly online, but we also have retail stores.
Correct.
So, of larger stores in malls. So, when the pandemic hit and the lockdown started, talagang walang sales because the malls were closed.
Mm-hmm. Same with us.
So, like most businesses, I think we were kumbaga hindi naman, I wouldn't say it's magaling, but you were really forced to pivot,
Correct.
to look for ways on how you can still be relevant. Especially, syempre, nag-change mindset, di ba? Imbes na yung the people that would usually shop, iba na yung mindset nila. It's become parang, since it was a scary time, it's become, syempre, saka na muna yung shopping, saka na muna yung mga luxury items, because most of our products are thought of as parang hindi talaga siya basic essential needs. It's not like bigas or groceries. So medyo ano na siya kumbaga want to have na lang, hindi na siya must have.
Correct.
So naturally, yung sales talaga nag-decline. But yun nga, luckily we were able to pivot quickly and grow into the gardening. Gardening needs, and the succulents and the plants. Na biglang, wow, sobrang overwhelming yung response.
Oo nga. Ay, meron na kayong plants and then merong food.
Yes. So we started before the pandemic hit, which was mga March, diba? So Feb, actually, nag-release kami ng Valentine collection, which was preserved flowers. Tapos, nung nag-pandemic, there's suddenly a trend on plantitas. So biglang naging mabenta yung live plants, yung indoor plants, outdoor plants, ganyan. Tapos we were able to quickly offer the succulents. Na yun, sobrang mabenta siya in fair. sobrang daming natutuwa because ang sabi ng mga clients namin, nakakatuwa na may inaalagaan ka kahit in this depressing time. So yun yung naging trend. People started taking care of plants, taking care of pets. So I guess we were really lucky na naka-ride kami doon sa demand na yun.
Oo nga. And then now, nakita ko rin na meron ka ng Dear Dara and meron ka ring Humankind. So please share with us. Ano naman yun? Bagong spin-off.
Si Dear Dara was actually last year pa. This actually, medyo inspired siya by my niece. So, kasi I was talking to my niece, and yung niece ko kasi, her name is Tara, tapos her daughter's name is Dara. So, Dara is actually my granddaughter. So, sabi niya, tita, si Dara, malaki na, mahilig sa mga kikay stuff. Tapos sabi ko, nga, no, why don't we start a brand specifically for that purpose? Tapos, 20% rin yun goes to our same advocacy to autism awareness. Tapos, mas catered towards girls. Kasi, syempre, they're, mga dalagita, ganyan. Mas sila, yung their self-care journey is starting pa lang. Tapos, syempre, they need a lot of parang confidence boost. Kasi, syempre, di ba, nung pag-teenager ka, you're very unsure of yourself, no? So, feeling ko, parang we can start a brand that empowers young women. So, yun yung kwento ni Dear Dara. So, we started with a lip dip line, tapos we have soaps, tapos yung mga pang-brows.
By the way, speaking of Dear Dara, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. My latest YouTube upload includes a giveaway care of Shop Dear Dara. So you have to follow us on Instagram at Shop Dear Dara and on my Instagram at JLeanne85. That's JLEANNE85. And don't forget to post a screenshot of this podcast episode on your Instagram stories and tag both Instagram accounts for you to win the giveaway sponsored by Shop Dear Dara.
And then actually, on the side, we have, yun nga, kasi nga hindi nga kami, we don't limit ourselves to a certain category lang. So whatever we feel is relevant with the time and is aligned with our message, yun, we try to offer something along those lines.
O kaya nga sabi ko meron ka ng empire. Kasi
Salamat. Pero hindi, grabe. Sobrang, it's a lot of, talagang hard work and yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. Para siyang, they say merong mga serial entreps, di ba? Yung mga they enjoy the rush of starting new things. Ako naman personally, I can relate to that feeling. But masaya lang when you're launching a new product, especially if it's something that you feel people will talaga resonate with. And feeling mo naman it's gonna make an impact on their lives, diba? So yun.
Correct. So just in case you guys don't know, Pearl and I were actually blockmates in LaSalle. And
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
what's amazing is, yung course namin, I mean, ako eventually I shifted out, but si Pearl, I think you finished naman, di ba, Com Arts?
Yes.
Imagine, no, ang layo. When did you realize that you had this very magaling na business acumen?
Whoa. Parang hindi. Parang,
Talaga ba?
Oo, hindi. Kasi,
When I guess I've always had a thing for comms and marketing, like ever since talaga. Yun talaga yung hilig ko. Parang I'm very curious, and I made sure that I had the skills to tell people stories, parang ganyan. Kasi early on in my career, yun talaga yung finocus ko. I made sure that I studied, I took courses to equip me with the skills na para to be able to tell brand stories, people stories, yun yung na-enjoy ko talaga. And then with experience and with enough years, naisip ko, why don't I try to start my own? Kasi syempre para
it's
Tama.
personal.
Tell your own story. No, ang ganda nga kasi yung business mo actually is very, very you. I mean, by the way that I remember you, you're so artsy and you're so kikay as well when we were very, very young. As in, you're always into fashion. Your fashion is on point. Wala tayong uniform before. And I mean, di ba? Kaya parang you really get to express your fashion. And
Yes.
your business
Oh
right
my
now
God.
really reflects your personality. Parang ikaw, ay, Pearl talaga yan. Ganon.
Yun, actually, sobrang excited ko dito sa streetwear line because, yun nga, not only is it awareness shirts about autism, but, yun nga, I get to flex that fashion muscle na medyo matagal ko nang kinikim-kim.
A question. So, all these products, are you the one making them or parang you are sourcing them? Parang, kinukurate mo sila?
Yes, we actually have, we work with different partners. We actually, ang nakakatuwa, Jerby, is so we don't have one partner for everything. We obviously have different partners kasi nga sobrang diverse nung categories namin. And the nice thing is that our partners range from yung talagang backyard businesses, yung tipong home business owners, yung mga nasa garahe lang, ganyan. To the big ones, to the bigger ones na tipong may factory sila, meron talagang production line, ganyan. So sobrang exciting because at least in our own little way we are able to help yung mga yung mga stay-at-home moms na gusto lang mag-side racket, but they really have a passion for their business and they can make really good stuff that we can share, di ba?
Oo nga, tsaka paano yan? Since marami kayong suppliers, were you guys affected? Paano yung supply chain nyo during the pandemic? I'm sure it was affected as well.
Yes, the supply chain was affected in terms of deliveries. But luckily for us, kasi since we have partner stores nga in retail, we were able to stock up. So may stocks naman. So yun lang yung winork namin to move. And then for the succulents, we actually import the succulents. Most of it are from Korea. And then minsan dumadaan siya in the mountain province. So we're also able to help a lot of farmers there kasi sila mismo yung nagko-cultivate ng mga plants.
Actually, yung business mo na Dear Dara, it's so Korean.
Yes. Kasi yung niece ko, tsaka yung granddaughter ko, yung apo ko, mahilig sila sa K-pop.
Oo.
So, ganun yung name nila.
Oo nga.
So sabi nila, people are asking me, Korean ba yun? Korean skincare? Sabi ko, hindi, nagkataon lang. But yeah, why not, diba? Glass skin.
No, even
so
yung packaging niya, parang K-pop nga, parang K-beauty nga yung packaging and everything.
Yes. So, pinareview ko talaga yun sa granddaughter ko. I showed her the mock-ups. Bago kami mag-launch, I said, is this something that you like? Kasi this is named after you diba?
Oh, ang galing. You're such a kind tita and lola. Di ba? Tita and lola, all in one.
Wala, grabe.
Pero guys, I mean, everyone, kung makita niyo si Pearl, para siyang vampire. Hindi siya nag-age talaga since nung mga 16, 15, 16, 17 pa lang kami.
Grabe. Feeling ko ikaw din naman.
Ayan, okay. Pearl, ano naman yung mga natutunan mo sa corporate or professional world mo that you were able to apply when you are doing this as an entrepreneur?
I think first talaga is the leadership skills, which I really have to give credit to the years of experience in the BPO industry. Iba kasing klase talaga yung discipline and the rigor of yung doing things, the staying on top of things, and also yung project management, making sure that your projects don't fall out of deadline, di ba? Pag meron kang sinet na goals, follow through mo yan, even to yung working towards your deadline, tapos iba-backdate mo siya. Okay, so I need to accomplish this by this date so I can launch on this date, yung ganon. Yung ganong klaseng discipline to make sure that pati yung actually I still manage all our social media accounts personally because feeling ko pag binigay ko siya, yung tone might not be exactly how I need it to be. So ako talaga yung nagbe-manage ng social media postings, the content. So yun, kailangan din ng sobrang detailed plan for the content, di ba? Kasing scheduling niya and thinking of what to put out and when to put it out. So yun.
Oo nga, ang galing. I think yung pag-manage ng social media, diyan mo na lalagay yung skill mo sa pagiging com arts. Yung mag-copyright.
Yes. Oo.
And salamat sa mga photography courses din dahil, di ba? Ngayon kasi all in na yung content, right? You create your own. So, ikaw na rin mag-picture, ikaw na rin caption, meaning copywriting din.
Correct.
Salamat sa mga natin in college.
Correct.
Salamat kay Sir at saka kay Sir Vince.
Oh, nanawagan pa.
Diba? Salamat. Especially kay Miss Sibayan.
Sana marinig nila to.
Oo, salamat.
Alright, nakakatuwa kasi, I mean, I've seen you, from college, tapos, eventually, you have your work, tapos biglang, wow, meron na honestly talaga, yun yung impression ko, wow, may empire na si Pearl, kasi lahat talaga, and ang ganda kasi, all your businesses, all the social media accounts na related sa La Maison, Mia, is actually very, parang in sync. Tama nga yung sinabi mo na kasi ikaw yung nagmamanage, the voice is very consistent. Even yung look and feel, the tone is very, very consistent. Like I've said earlier, I'm not sure if I'm the first person to tell you this, pero parang ang sarap talagang bilihin lahat. Especially nung holiday, I was looking through your posts. Nakita ko na, wow, meron siyang grazing table. Ang sarap kainin. How was your business during the holidays?
Actually, we did really well on candles and fragrances. I guess because most people are just home, diba? They want to make sure that their homes are nice and, a big part of aesthetics kasi that we don't really see is smell. Diba? Sometimes it's not just what you see, sometimes it's what you smell, diba? It's how you feel, it creates memories. Diba? You associate parang positive things or pwede ring negative things with certain smells. So, feeling ko sobrang medyo hindi pa, diba? Hindi siya masyadong, uncharted territory pa siya. Kasi usually, yung mga visuals lang, aesthetics. But yeah, yung fragrance matters, especially now that we're all just stuck at home.
Yeah.
So yes, mabenta siya nung holidays. And I think natuwa sila to give it as gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Because yung packaging was, like nicely done with bows and tags. So ready to give.
Oo nga, question, Pearl, were you the one packing all of those? Ikaw ba yung naglalagay ng mga, ang ganda kasi, ikaw ba gumagawa lahat? As in, is it a one-man show, one-woman show?
No, we have assistants naman for that. But I just show them how to do it.
Galing. Kasi parang inisip ko, how can you manage all of these businesses? Tapos meron ka pang work. Grabe, parang hindi ka na ba natutulog?
Hindi na kaya yun. Baka hindi na ako matutulog nun.
Correct.
Yes. Even for packaging, Derby, we actually have partners for that. For the printing, for the production of
Galing.
May partners din kami for that. Kasi hindi carry pag ikaw lang lahat.
Oo nga, actually. Tsaka parang ang galing na parang everything fell into place kahit na everybody was really struggling. Actually, last year, di ba? Parang lahat naiipit. Yung career naiipit. Yung supply chain naiipit.
Yes.
Inbound shipments naiipit. Even outbound naiipit. But despite all of those challenges, you you were able to conquer it? Kasi nakita ko parang meron kang malaking client pa. Was it this year or last year? That's may celebrity client ka?
Last year we had some celebrities talaga that supported us, and then we also got may kasi there's an international school that actually decided to give their teachers as a way of saying thank you kasi nga everybody's shifting into online classes and medyo na-stretch talaga yung mga teachers nila, so they wanted, it was so nice of them to want to give them gifts. And ang naisip nilang favor is the succulents. So yun, so thankful to be a part of that. Nakakatuwa kasi hindi lang siya, kumbaga, you're not there just to make up money, but it's the thought of why they're giving gifts, diba? To be able to be a part of that story is so touching talaga, and I feel like sobrang privileged to be a part of.
Correct. Tsaka parang, yun na yung purpose mo actually, is to make sure you put a smile on someone's face despite all these external stressors.
Yes, we just want to spread positivity and love, and alam mo yun, we just need more of that in the world, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Pero, okay, so aside from that, ano pa yung mga big wins mo for last year?
Last year, we were actually able to open a shop, like a physical independent shop. So that's what we did when we pivoted. So since sarado yung stores, right? Sarado yung malls, yung kumbaga yung retail shops namin sarado. And before that, we were actually only keeping all the stocks dito sa condo, which is, our condo unit is not so big naman. And our stocks, well, my stocks, nakakalat na siya sa sala. Nasa-stress na yung pamilya ko. Nasa-stress na yung asawa ko kasi halos nakaupo na siya sa stocks. So, we were able to make that jump and start our own, yung independent shop just right below our sa ground floor lang ng condo namin. So how perfect, 'di ba? Kasi I have work, so I have meetings, I have things to do. So sobrang perfect lang that the shop is on the ground floor, is at our condo lobby. So pag may something, I can just easily go down. Like 10 seconds, I'm there. Yeah.
Is your husband also giving you a hand on this business, or meron din siyang sarili niyang bibisihan?
My husband is actually also in the BPO industry. So full-time din siya doon. But he is my driver and my
cargador and my all around. Delivery person.
Ang bayad.
Yes.
And nakita ko
I think it's fine. It's important to have a supportive partner talaga when you're doing business. Yun pala yung realization ko.
Actually, kasi yun talaga yung big deal.
Diba? Kasi make or break yun eh.
Correct. Kahit gaano ka successful outside, pero if your partner is not 100% for you, it will mean nothing.
Yes. And you have to have that kind of understanding na we're gonna do this together. This is what we want to accomplish, diba? Pero wala kayong issues. Lalo pag, alam mo yan, pag puyat na kayo pareho, tsaka pagod na kayo pareho, natetest na yung love and patience nyo.
Yeah.
But I think everything's going well because I also saw your personal update na you guys are gonna be moving out from your condo soon, right? I mean, hopefully soon.
Well, not soon, but yes, we're working towards it. So we're actually building our dream home. Oo, pero hindi, medyo matagal pa yun because that takes some time to plan, and actually hindi pa na-turn over yung lot. So we're waiting for the lot to be turned over, tapos yun, we can start building. Ano pa siya parang pre-selling, ganon.
Oh, I see. Tapos, tama ba? Meron ka rin binili na parang sa may beach ba?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's we were able to make an investment last year also in Palawan.
Imagine all of these because of your business?
Yeah, well, because of my business and the career and the hard work.
Oo nga, 'di ba? Na parang
yes.
Ang galing nga.
I think kasi hindi masyadong gumagastos during the pandemic. So medyo nakasave ng konti, no? Mas less distractions kasi. Konting mall time lang. Ganun. So medyo may extra.
But I want our listeners nga to take inspiration from you na you've worked so hard over the years and look at you now. I mean, look at all the things that you have invested thus far. Parang you have 2 lote. That's really something, no, Pearl? I mean, at our age, di ba? Most of the people in our generation, I noticed, lahat nakatira sa condo. It's really scarce na seeing people, or even among my friends, na tumira sa house and lot. Most talaga condo or townhouse kasi it's really expensive na now bumili ng house and lot.
Yeah, that's true. Oo, kaya yun talaga. Well, kasi before I got married, I had my house in Rizal. So I actually, personally, I prefer talaga the house and lot feel. Kumbaga, I'm siguro, maybe I'm a tita talaga by heart. Gusto ko yung may yard, gusto ko yung hindi ko masyadong na-enjoy yung wala masyadong malalakaran, gano'n.
Correct. Ako rin.
Diba? And also with my son growing up, so we need more space. So yun, we finally decided, sige, let's just build it. We're not gonna rush. Yun nga, kasi it's not a small thing naman, diba? It's a big financial commitment. So we're not gonna rush, but at least we're starting.
Kung nga, at least your foot is already there. Actually, securing a lot is already a big deal.
Yes, oo. Tapos yun naman yung house design naman. So now we're just taking our time since pandemic pa rin naman, di ba? So wala namang, kumbaga, it's not the right time to start building anything. We're just taking our time working on the design, which sobrang daming choices kailangan gawin. Pero yun, we're just trying to enjoy that part.
Wait, meron ka pa bang wedding na inaasikaso in the midst of all these?
No, actually, I still do some kind of event hosting, event planning, but that's more work related.
Oh, okay.
Hindi na masyado. I used to offer it as a service kasi dati, parang freelancing hosting and event planning.
Oo nga.
Pero ngayon kasi, since yun nga, wala na talaga, hindi na kaya ng katawang loop.
Grabe.
Kaya ng power. So, hindi na muna. Pero at work, I still do it because I still enjoy that. Nakakamiss din, lalong ngayon, di ba? Walang events.
Oo.
Nakakamiss.
Oo nga, Pearl. Okay, so how about for 2021, this year? Kanina you gave us a glimpse on your professional life. Nag-meeting kayo, vision planning meeting. Pero for your personal business, for your La Maison B, ano naman ang plan mo? Or what's your vision or goal for 2021?
For 2021, I think we're gonna keep on making sure that we're visible online. Yun talaga yung strategy because I feel like, yun nga, with the uncertainty that's continuing, and tapos may threat pa of a new virus strain, di ba? We really don't know how long this will last, kumbaga. So, our goal is to just keep most of the business online. Medyo hindi na muna yung physical stores because wala ring point eh. Like in malls, even if you invest, wala talagang tao na eh.
Correct.
Diba? And if you notice, most shops in the malls are actually closing down. So malls are kind of aggressive lately to get new tenants and new brands to invest. Pero mukhang hindi pa yun yung road to take at the moment. But we'll see how it goes. Pero yun nga, we're focused on making sure yun nga, operations is strong. We make sure we take care of our clients. Para naman, kasi when you take care of your clients, they take care of you, di ba? Ganun lang naman siya kumbaga simple concept. But yeah, it's really daily work to make sure that the clients not only see, but they feel your passion for the brand. Kasi parang feeling ko automatic na that they once they know why you're doing it, they resonate with it. Kusa na eh, they will really support your brand. And we're so thankful kasi yung clients namin talagang kumbaga sobrang loyal nila. And sobrang supportive every time may yun nga kasi iba-iba yung categories, di ba? Every time may bagong sub-brand, may bagong baby brand na lalabas, like yun nga yung the t-shirts. Sobrang lahat sila, yes, sure, support, ganun. So sobrang thank you kasi we're surrounded by good people.
And I think your kindness, your goodness actually resonates with all your brand. Kasi even if sa start pa lang, sa onset pa lang ng business mo, you've already supported yung mga campaigns or mga causes that are really close to your heart.
Yeah, so that's really why our brand exists. So, diba, more than the money, of course. That's really why La Maison D is here. It's really meant to spread the word about autism and like help build a kinder society. Kasi, diba, recently I'm sure you know the plantation-based scandal, diba? Alam mo yun, our society is still very, I would say, we're not there yet, diba? May mga, kumbaga, there's still ignorance about special needs and how we should treat these people. May ano pa rin, may discrimination pa rin, 'di ba? Kumbaga hindi pa fair. And not just for my son, but of course he's the inspiration for this, but for all the other people with special needs, 'di ba? We have to start looking at them differently. Hindi yung others sila, 'di ba? We have to start including them in everything, making sure that, we're welcoming, we're accepting, and we're supportive. Kasi that's what they need us for, diba? They don't need us to judge them, diba? We need to be supportive. We need to welcome them and make sure na our society is more inclusive.
Oo nga, grabe. Parang, actually, I'm very speechless. Kasi parang, nagsimula lang siya sa candles and soaps and then, boom, ang lahat na talaga. Everything na.
Yes. Actually, pag tinatanong nila na bang tinitinda mo, hindi talaga yung produkto, di ba? ang tinitinda ko talaga yung story of why, di ba?
Correct.
I'd rather, like, more than our products, of course, it's fun to talk about them. It's fun to talk about the work that we put in because, syempre, hindi naman basta-basta yan from research and making sure, di ba, na-develop mo yung product, making all the way to packaging, to marketing it. That's fun. That's fun to talk about. I like talking about the business side kasi I feel like I have a lot to learn also. Pero yun nga, more than the products, more than the business, what I really want to talk about is the why of the business, the purpose, the story, and yun. If yun yung kakalat, sobrang feeling ko, sobrang achievement yun for us.
Oh, okay. So, for everyone to know, Pearl, ano ba yung passion mo? Paano ka napunta sa ganyang business?
I have a passion for telling stories. Like I said kanina, parang ever since, like at a young age, yun talaga yung passion ko. I've always had an affinity for I've always been curious about how I can tell brand stories effectively. Kasi diba, everything is storytelling diba? Ano bang kwento? Why ba? Diba? All the brands that we see out there in the market, we buy them for a reason. I mean, syempre, beyond the purpose, we also buy it for the values, diba? What do they believe in?
Ang galing. And how does your husband naman help with that passion? Siya rin ba? Nagre-resonate din ba sa kanya? Ganun din pa siya? Or he's more parang sometimes, diba, in a couple, sometimes kasi pareho sila, or is it because opposite kayo? Kaya it works very well for your home, for your family?
Yes, I think it's more like that. Kasi my husband is very, sobrang galing niya operations-wise because it's what he does for a living. So, he runs operations for a big BPO company as well. Ibang, actually, hindi naman competitor, but I would say parang one of the top 5 BPOs in the country also. So, sobrang galing nung, so I super admire his discipline and his passion for excellence. So, I think yun talaga yung influence niya sa akin. And then, I see myself as more of the, yun nga, creative, artsy type. I just let my imagination run wild. And sobrang nakakatuwa kasi pag may new idea ako, I'll run it by him just to make sure that it makes sense. And then, yun nga, most of the time naman he says yes. So, I am so lucky. to have a very supportive guy.
Hindi lang, kasi parang you complement each other. Yun yung maganda doon.
Yeah, I think balance, no? Balance yung personalities.
Oo nga. Kasi mahirap
May isang sobrang right-brained and isang left-brained.
Correct. Kasi mahirap din, kunyari ikaw, bato ka lang ng bato ng creative ideas, tapos pagdating sa kanya roadblock, mahirap din yung ganun. At least siya, maganda yung input, mahirap mababato pabalik. Okay, so Pearl, ano naman ang ma-advise mo sa listeners natin for everyone who are feeling that they are on a roadblock? Because I know, I'm sure you've heard na a lot of the people have been stunted by what happened in 2020. A lot of them were laid off from work or nawala yung business or something. And this is where I wanted to draw this season's inspiration from it. I wanted to inspire the listeners on how they can pick themselves up again and, run the race again. Ano naman yung mabibigay mo na advice for everyone who's listening right now?
I think two things. So first is go back to your why, I guess. Go back to your why as a business. Diba? Why do you exist? What do you believe in? What are the values that you're trying to promote with your brand? Kasi feeling ko once you go back to your why and your purpose, it's easy to find ways on how you can pivot, diba? Okay, so let's say one category is not doing so well because of the current situation. Maybe there's another category that you can explore, diba? Or maybe kahit in the same category, but maybe yung delivery mo can change. Like if you're still maybe stuck in the brick and mortar business, maybe there's a way that you can pivot to be more online so that people are able to see you more, diba? Kumbaga ngayon kasi it's visibility, diba? Sabi nga nila, you're only as good as your internet connection these days. So I think the number one tip is yun nga, to stay connected, diba? Stay connected. And the second one, once you already know your why and you've confirmed that yun nga talaga with such clarity that this is why we exist as a business. Second is to talk to your clients, because your clients have a really good idea of the whys of your business, and they can actually give you great feedback on how you can improve. Kasi sila yung bumibili from you, diba? So make sure that you connect with your clients, whether it's by phone, by chat, by email. Make sure that you have that connection. Tanong mo sa kanila, like, why do they buy your products, diba? Anong purpose ba yung nakikita nila? That's why they buy your products. Then from there, I'm sure magkakaroon ka ng insight as to how you can improve and what else can you offer as a brand.
Okay. So, summarizing natin. Yung tips mo are, number 1, focus on your why. Go back to your why. And number 2, collect insight from your customers or clients. And these are the 2 rules that you swear by sa La Maison B. That's why you've grown.
Yes.
Ang galing. Very simple but very useful. Very insightful.
Kasi diba? It's like brands, you focus on your niche, diba? We all have our niche. You focus on them, tapos you kumbaga you don't grow wide, you grow deep. You make sure that relationship is deep, it's nurtured, diba?
Tama. Gusto ko yung sinabi mo, you don't grow wide, you go deep. Maganda yun na right now talaga.
Minsan kasi chuchamba ka, like you'll have customers that kumbaga aren't really your target customers. Tama ba yun? Parang kung gumawa ka ng marketing plan before you started your business and sinabi mo na ang target customer ko ay this. Pero may chuchamba na may bibili sa'yo na hindi yun eh. And sometimes, parang feeling mo, okay lang, basta dumami sila. But actually, I feel like it's better to focus on those markets or those customers that yun nga, yung mas deep, hindi yung mas wide. Kasi yung wide is sometimes a one-time transaction, diba? But when you cultivate your customers in a deep, connected way, you don't get customers na one time lang. They're customers for life, and they can even become your friends if you're lucky. Which is the case for us. Diba? Oo, yung loyalty, it will follow. And I feel like that's so hard kasi hindi mo yun kayang i-replicate artificially, kumbaga. That's a decision that the client has to make.
Correct. Ang galing. And ang galing, no? I mean, ito nga yung sinasabi ko. Imagine mo, I mean, you didn't take a business course, pero you have this natural business acumen or business insights na very useful years after you've graduated.
From experience, yata. My experience tips. So, yung lessons ko from life.
Oo nga, tsaka I want our listeners to understand kasi I have a lot of listeners who are sort of in their crossroads, either hindi naman midlife crisis, no, bata pa naman tayo, quarter life pa lang sila. And yun yung parang question sa akin parate na, you know, with all these social media growing, and it's very, sometimes being a YouTuber is nakakatinag and they want to quit their corporate life and all that. Yun yung parating question na parang gusto nilang umexit sa corporate pero they're unsure if their business or their passion project will eventually fly and sustain themselves. So what will you, ano naman yung pwede mong ibigay na advice tungkol dyan? Given that your background, you decided not to leave your corporate life, you decided to be there kasi you're enjoying it and kinakaya mo rin na meron kang very thriving side hustle.
Siguro, like, maybe you need to sit down and do some, like, kumbaga real talk with yourself, diba? Kasi that kind of a decision to leave a stable job, something with benefits, with regular pay, diba? Kumbaga, something so sobrang predictable na setting and jump into something so unpredictable and unstable that actually I feel like 90% of that decision is really a financial decision. So alam mo yun, I can't really say na go for it because hindi ko naman alam yung situation, right? So I think it needs more of a self-assessment. If you feel like, first of all, if you're single and you don't really have a lot of financial responsibility at kumbaga wala ka pa namang bills, and di ba? If you're single, you don't have kids, you don't have, you're not married, you're not paying for anything naman that's, a long-term commitment, then maybe you can take that risk, right? I'm all for following your passions and following your dreams. Pero, syempre, for those of us that are married who have financial obligations, syempre hindi ganun kadali yun, kumbaga. It's not an easy decision to make. So, yun, first of all, I would say self-assessment first. Sit down, look at your finances. Is this something I can do, diba? Do I have enough in my savings to sustain me in case it doesn't work? Because yun nga, right now, it's a very volatile market. You don't know talaga what will sell and what will, diba? Unless, what will sell and what won't. Unless grocery items ba yan, bigas ba yan, water, ganun. Something na talagang sure ka. But even then, sobrang daming competitors nun, right? So, hindi mo alam hindi mo alam yung sustainable factor nun kung gaano ka, kumbaga, kung gaano mo siya ma-maintain and for how long. So yun, I think that's what's most important, and I think that's the responsible thing to do as an adult. Make sure na yun, before you make that decision, just assess where you are. And then if you feel like, yes, I can do it, I have maybe a year or 6 months of savings where I can take a break and, diba, parang explore my passion, see how that works out, then yes, by all means, go for it.
Oo nga. Ang galing kasi for everyone to know, Pearl is actually a self-made lady boss talaga. It's all on her. Diba? Nothing was ever given to you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Kaya kapilido ko lang si Henry C. Pero we're not related.
Yan. So parang...
And Ruby, I think it's very important to share that I was a single mom.
Correct.
Before I got married, grabe yung, diba? That's such a huge obligation.
Yes.
Huge responsibility to take on.
Yes, kaya nga I'm very, I really admire you. That's why I invited you to be here as a guest. Kasi I know your story. I mean, I have kahit na rough impression of how it was with you. Kasi nga, syempre, naging classmate kita before. I knew you for a long time, and I wanted to share your story to my listeners na I know na your success now is all because of your hard work. And I wanted to share that bit of you to everyone else. And I wanted to introduce you and all your businesses also to my listeners. So if you have, Pearl, if you have anything that you would want to invite our listeners today to check out or to visit, or kung meron ka bang mga announcements na gustong i-share sa kanila?
Sige, sure. First of all, I want to say thank you, Derby. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really, sobrang natuwa ako kasi it's not only a chance for us to, chat and talk about kung ano na bang bago sa mga buhay-buhay natin. But, it's nice to reconnect with an old friend. And also, grabe, to share our story. Yun nga, that's really what we're here for, is to share that message that, at least there's a brand out there that supports kindness and inclusion and making sure that, people with special needs are treated fairly. Diba? We usually parang pag special needs kasi parang feeling natin ay special treatment ganon. But actually no, they don't need special treatment naman. They actually need fair treatment, diba? Yung inihingi naman nila is, just basic human rights, diba? To be respected, to be accepted, to be included. Yun lang. And yes, if you are inspired by that, and if you resonate with that, and if you're someone who knows somebody with special needs, please follow our pages. We're Shop La Maison B. We're on IG, on Facebook. So you can join our cause and hopefully help us spread the word.
Ayan. So I'll also link all of Pearl's social media accounts and all her baby brands so that everyone can check them out and follow them. And hopefully you find something that you really like and buy from Pearl to support her causes.
Yes, 20% goes to autism awareness and inclusion projects. So, you know that your money is going to a good cause. Correct.
Ayan. So, thank you so much, Pearl, for giving us your time. I know you're very busy. Naririnig ko yung mga alerts while we're having. Alam ko marami naghahanap sa'yo. Inambush lang kita for an hour talaga.
No, sobrang salamat for thinking of us and thinking of the brand. Salamat.
wala yun. Ikaw pa. Thank you so much for giving us your time, and all the best for you and your brand.
Thank you so much, and all the best to your show too. Salamat! Happy New Year! Bye!
Alright, so before we end this episode, I'd just like to remind everyone, don't forget to join our ongoing giveaway on my YouTube channel. Just post a screenshot of this podcast episode on your Instagram stories and tag both accounts at ShopDearDara and my Instagram at Chalian85 to qualify for the beauty raffle. Thank you so much for joining us today. To receive updates or new episode alerts, don't forget to follow us here on Spotify. Or to get more updates from me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at HappyOilerPH. And I hope to see you on my next podcast episode here at Live Well with aromatherapist Derby.